This is the Doctor, continuing the Battle Brothers Season 13 playthrough. Just one quick editor's note. This will likely be the last episode in the series in terms of daily uploads. I'm still going to keep doing the series, but you just won't see an episode every single day. And I know many of you have left feedback about wanting to watch longer episodes. But that will likely be something if I do it in a future series. I get it. I personally like to watch longer content as well, but making these episodes is not exactly the easiest thing if you've ever tried. Like, I can't talk for an hour straight. If I do, I'm just like so exhausted, I don't want to make any more videos after that. But anyway, let's carry on with the campaign. So, in the last part of our saga, we assaulted a hilltop fort where the brigands were camping out north of Galbstad. Those brigands had an archer who got a cheeky shot off on Van Thorn, but Nightwork, our monk, was able to use this staff sling to concuss that brigand and force them all to charge up the hill against us. We massacred them. We even got a nice mail shirt, our first metal armor that Tim has. So we've come to the south to hunt various beasts. Right now there are some hyenas, 5 hyenas for us to fight. And there may be more contracts in this large southern city. Oh, and our brothers, of course, have satiated their bloodlust against a bunch of webnecks. Decapitating the last one to the absolute astonishment of the crowd. They love the Northmen. We're definitely going back for some repeat performances. Apple here has gained some more experience, so let's see what he wants to do. He is our Hound Master. He's got potential. Definitely has some potential, but the question is, what sort of potential? He is afraid of greenskins, and he's ailing. Poison affects him more. It's very unfortunate. What are the rest of the brothers doing? Sergei's learning how to defend himself. Low settings has some potential as a warrior. Van Thorn is injured, so he's gonna struggle a bit. And Apple, he's got potential, that's for sure. He's got potential. But what sort of potential? Does take some thought to consider this, but I believe Apple will be quite effective as someone who learns how to take a hit or two. So why don't we make sure he stays tough? Yes. All right. Now let's go face off against the hyenas. Hyenas are a cowardly bunch, but they are rather skilled in various maneuvers. So we will need to be a little careful as well. We'll keep our Northmen in the back, and we'll send out the newer recruits in the front. The idea is that we should distract the hyenas with our shields, and while they are distracted, we will then attack them. Ooh, there's a regiment of the Hob wandering all the way out here, chasing the hyenas of all things, but we're gonna get there first. All right, men, 5 hyenas. There are some high ground, but as tempting as that is, I don't believe this is the time to take them. Also, notice that the hyenas are actually quite slow. And they've split themselves up. I know I said I wasn't going to take the high ground, but this is a little too tempting. Our shooted brothers are always going to go a little slower, so why don't we wait? Van Thorn might come up. We'll see. Although he is injured, that could be a mistake. Why don't you come up, Tim, onto this hill, and you might defend yourself. We'll see. All right, Sergey, you can come up. Let's start grouping up on these hyenas. Von Seydlitz. I'm going to get you up here on this hill as well. All right, Aya, get him. Yes! Axe right in the face of this hyena, splitting its nose and almost breaking it. Low settings. Why don't you come around the flank here? Night Ward. Chuck some stones at the... Oh my god, Night Ward again hitting the hyena in the body with a sling. Well done, buddy. Seal, get him. You managed to bruise the leg of the hyena and force him to flee. Why don't you go quick next turn? Rippy, get up there. Same thing. Stabbed him with your spear, but go quick. Sergey, you're going to be under some attack, but that is all right. Apple, get up here on the hill. If the hyenas do decide to attack you, we'll at least have some advantages here. There's quite a decent chance a hyena might come here. So, Van Thorn, why don't you come up to support? And Tim, there's no need to even defend yourself. They're going to go there's a good chance they're going to go after Apple. Don't die, Apple. Sergey, defend yourself. All right, so Rippy goes quick, and with his spear, hits the hyena twice, piercing his leg muscles and making it flee. Seo went fast as well, but there's no reason to attack these things, so we're going to see what they do. As expected, one of the hyenas did in fact jump up on the hill, and the other one is coming after Rippy. That is quite all right. Low settings. Get over here and help surround this hyena. I know you're on the low ground, buddy, but that will not be a problem. Aya, wait. Let's wait for the hyenas to flee. Ooh, Sergey getting hit once by the hyena, but his armor protects him from the worst of it. Tim, you are actually reasonably quick. Swing away at this hyena. Hit twice, cut his arteries. It's in trouble. Apple, 91%. Let's bump this foolish hyena down onto the ground. And let's get into position. And Night Ward, why don't you climb up the hill? Get ready. Van Thorn, let's just defend yourself, buddy. The entire idea here is just to force the hyena to split its attacks. As we cut down the fleeing hyenas, the rest of them are running into trouble. I think we have enough brothers to deal with that one, so Seal, why don't you come up, bonk the hyena, fracture its rib, and go quick again. Low settings. Defend yourself. We will deal with the hyena soon enough. I want to say let's get into position. Aya managed to force the last hyena to flee, so he's going to move into position to help out. And Sergey as well. Seal, just wait. Tim can get into position to help surround the hyena. Apple's gonna get an attack, but there's no rush. There's no rush. Apple, swing once. Ooh, you broke him. 86%. You have a very good chance of hitting him. Yes. Forcing that hyena to flee, and the battle is over. Quick battle. There were only 5 of these beasts, and we outnumbered them 2-1. Not a surprise that our men suffered a few bites on their armor, but otherwise there was no risk. Yeah, we can get paid in town. Let's see if there's any chance we could find the other group of hyenas, but it does not seem very promising. So we'll head back to town. If we could find that group of hyenas, we could have engaged them. And eventually we'll be able to hire followers in our camp. And some of the followers are only impressed when we have certain accomplishments, like hunting beasts, for example. So let's see what else we can do in town before the day is over. There is potentially... Oh, another net we could get. The price for tools here is quite reasonable. I think we could afford some more. And there's prices for the various trade goods as well, but we could save up a bit of money and purchase some of those, especially the incense would be worth a lot. It could be a very profitable venture. So why don't we take this contract to beat down the uprising of the indebted at the dye maker? That seems... I know, we're crushing a bunch of puny slaves. They're scrawny southerners, but hey, we need to get paid here. Alright. We just need more money. And... Harad could be an interesting recruit. But... we're looking for someone who has perhaps some more capabilities with the bow or the sling. Someone like Nightward who can strike at range. No, our original men, Aya, Seo, and Rippy, are not happy about that. Like, seems cowardly to fight that way. But you gotta remember, we're here in the south, okay? It's the land of cowards. And in order to get the cowards to actually fight us head on, sometimes we have to trick them. And they're afraid of these ranged weapons for some bizarre reason. And when you have a lot of them, they just come rushing out so that we can finally join in glorious battle. So that's why we need to hire some bowmen. Alright? It's called tactics. Nightwarg understands. Even if you don't, Rippy. That's okay. Let's go find out what the deal is with these indebted. And they are human, so we're going to have to prepare accordingly. Alright, Apple has moved to the front lines, especially now that he knows how to take a hit or two. Van Thorn's gonna stay in the back with the net in case we need it. We also, Nightwargs also bring a net. These are strategic weapons. Sometimes it's better to trap an enemy while we kill their friends, and then we can kill the thing in the net. Rippy has got a spear. Seo has a Morning Star. And Aya has a crude axe. I am thinking, though, Rippy could use the flail. I believe he will... actually, Rippy can use the mace, and Seo can go back to using the flail. This spear, though, needs to go to someone who knows how to land a hit or two. I believe Tim is that person. Similarly, Tim doesn't need a shield. He's got mail armor. Yes. All right, our men have swords at the ready. Swords are very good against lightly armored enemies, which these indebted are almost certainly going to be. You find the indebted and they stare back with a very clear understanding of why you are here. The arrangement of participants, yourself armed to the teeth, coming by way of town. The indebted, armed with whatever they scavenge, far from their change. They are a motley, sad assembly, but you know well that whatever they lack in weaponry, they more than make up for in desire. A taste of freedom is nothing if not a sharpening effect. I understand more than they might know. 14 indebted, and they have some nomads backing them up. Look at this motley bunch. Shabbily dressed. Some of them are naked, with whatever random weapons they've managed to find. But, though individually they are not dangerous, there are many of them. We need to break them before they can break us. In addition, they are backed up by a few nomads. The nomads are not professional soldiers, but they have some skill. They are very familiar with the terrain and know how to take advantage of it. So don't underestimate them. Let us see what the Indebted do. They are charging us with Wild Abandon. They certainly show the warrior spirit of Northmen. One of these Indebted does not even appear to have a weapon. How shall we answer their fury? We shall answer the charge of these Indebted with our own counter-charge. But this is not a time to be foolish. We must choose our targets carefully. Seal, move up, but why don't you wait until your brothers are in position to support you? Von Salitz, you can also wait. And Rippy, although it is tempting to send you in, you are going to be a bit of a reserve force for us. Van Thorn, there is no reason to have a net out. Why don't you swap to your shield, buddy? Then, Tim, you stand here, and you might as well attack this Nomad Cutthroat. And then, there is a chance you might go ahead of him. So, you never know. Sergey, come up. Block this position next to the supplies. Low settings. Come up and defend yourself, buddy. You are in a very precarious position, but it is what it is. Aya, move up. The Indebted are starting to panic, and you managed to hit one right in the neck with your axe. Well done, buddy. Night War. Oh, that Indebted has a little knife. It's actually quite dangerous. If they bypass our armor, we may need to unleash a our Warhound on Apple, but not yet, not yet. Let's Night War, throw some rocks. You never know. Oh, you bruised the leg of this Indebted. Well done, buddy. Well done, Apple. There is no reason to stay here, but it's possible some of the Indebted might soak around the flanks. So get ready to meet that charge, and you're in a good place to unleash a Warhound. Seal, go after the Nomad with the spear. Those are the most dangerous, and make sure to go quick. Bonsai, let's defend yourself. Rippy, get in position to await their charge. Van Thorn, shield wall to help out. And Sergey, why don't you swing away and manage to cut the abdominal muscles of this particular Indebted here. All right, Seal, go for the head. All right, Seal, you're going to have to survive these brutal counterattacks. I don't know. You may die here, buddy. You may die. Why don't you go quick? Since you don't have dodge. Don't die, buddy. All right, they're doing some rotation stuff. That doesn't matter. Seal, okay, you dodged one hit. That's all that matters. Low settings getting hit a little bit. Okay. Some of these Nomads are doing some bizarre maneuvers with their rotations. Tim, this actually opens up the opportunity for you to kill this Indebted with the Pierced Lung, which will lower their morale. Oh, this is exactly what I mean, Aya. I did not see that Indebted had a knife. And he managed to pierce your hand with a lucky hit. Spado is in a precarious position. Von Salitz, cut down one of these Indebted and see if the rest are going to keep coming in on us. Apple, wait for a better opportunity. There is this Cutthroat with the spear again. Low settings, you cannot afford to defend. You need to cut his arm and try to finish him off. No such luck. All right, Aya, you're very quick. go for the Indebted with the knife. He is by far the most dangerous of the enemies. Good job, buddy. You should be safe, or as safe as can be expected. Let's see what the rest of these Indebted do. Some of them have yet to act. Although, Sergey has an opportunity to move up and potentially cause some problems with their morale. So do that. No such luck. Why don't you take a swing, Sergey? Alright, you cut another one of these fools down. And now you might as well wait and see what happens. One of the Indebted is starting to flee. Night Warg. Let's see what the rest of these enemies do before we do anything. Seal, you're in some trouble, buddy, but let's see how you do. Okay, Von Salitz, cut away at this Indebted with your sword. He's got a deep abdominal cut, so that helps. Apple. This seems like a good time to unleash a hound. Step up, unleash a hound, and stab away at the Indebted with your spear. Misty misses twice, but Misty is a good dog, and she will attack quickly next turn. There is no reason for us to be too hasty here. Let's step Rippy back and lure these enemies closer to us. And we'll let this Nomad Cutthroat move on us. Sergey will protect Aya. Sio is the person in the most danger. He is going quick, which will help. Yeah, Sergey, why don't you just stay put, buddy? Night Warg, what can you do? Why don't you come up and chuck a stone? No such luck. Van Thorn, defend yourself. Alright, so you can only swing once. 81%! Oh, well done, buddy. Well done. Why don't you take a step back? You are out of the fight for now. You've done all that you need to do. You're bleeding. But that's okay. Misty hits the Indebted twice. One of these cutthroats come up and throw some sand in Van Thorn's face. But that is not a problem. We need to avoid having these nomads gang up on low settings. Tim has some armor. He can take a hit or two. So come up, stab away at the nomad and miss. That is okay. Alright. No. Ooh, this cutthroat managed to bust low settings nose of all things. Von Salich should be able to finish off this nomad. So low settings, why don't you go for the cutthroat? You never know. You're reasonably quick. You could go first. You missed some hits, but that's okay. Von Salich, cut him down. Come up and protect low settings here, buddy. Oh, Sergey getting hit in the head by this cutthroat, but that is fine. Aya will come up and give him a split hand. He's almost done. Sergey, finish him off and get into position to assist. Van Thorn, defend yourself, buddy. Apple, use your spear to kill that Indebted. And Night Warg. The Nomads are likely to kill low settings, but you know what? He's had a good life. Night Warg, chuck your rocks at this Indebted with the this naked Indebted. Well done, buddy. Think Rippy, you're gonna have to go help save low settings. Come up and go quick. Van Thorn, defending like a champ. I know you've got a cut pierced arm muscles, but that doesn't matter. Go ahead and try to cut down this Indebted. You might make him panic. Rippy, get this nomad. Fracture his hand. Oh, Executed! Yes, Rippy. Yes, and that killed Panic, one of the remaining Indebted. And you saved Low Setting's life. This Cutthroat very well might run. We could come here with Von Salitz. But then the Cutthroat would... get some attacks. Which would not be ideal. Let's see what the Cutthroat does first. Yeah, he does run. And we may just have to let that fool run away from us. Sergey, you're a little hurt. But you are very, very dodgy. So I'm going to put you up here right next to this Nomad. And see, let's wait. Let's see if he drops his shield wall. Apple, why don't you wait as well? Van Vorn getting hit by a Nomad with a spear, but not a problem. Tim getting hit in the mail armor, but that's why he's got armor. Let us get on this Nomad. I think it's almost time. Let's stab twice with Tim. Oh, Tim, with your spear, good job. You cut him down. Or I guess you stabbed him to pieces. Misty may go after this last Nomad, so that could be a concern. So you just move a little bit. That's fine. One of the Indebted tries to flee, but of course he has no chance. And this battle is almost over, but let's see what the last Indebted manages to do. Or last Nomad. Van Thorn, you're defending yourself. Good. No reason to attack. Does Misty... Oh, okay. Misty goes after the fool with the spear. So I think one of these Nomads will manage to escape. But that is about what we can expect. How many brothers can we make go ahead of this Nomad? Not many. So let's see what he does with his last attacks, and then we're gonna mob him. Don't kill Misty. That is not killing Misty. I love it. You are a good Nomad. I almost feel bad for what I'm about to do to you. Rippy executed the last Nomad, although one managed to flee. That scene was... We don't need to watch that. We gave him a chance to surrender, but no one ever surrenders in this world. So we had to mercilessly dagger him down. This was a rough fight. They almost outnumbered us 2-1. It was a large group. Sure, they were mostly 4 more slaves and a few Nomads, but they really wanted that freedom, and they fought like their lives depended on it, which it did. Just didn't work out for them. And Aya suffered a pierced hand from that Nomad from that Indebted that managed to hit him through his armor, found a weak point somehow, and Low Settings got bonked in the head. He's got a broken nose there, so our brothers are a little less effective than they otherwise could be. Gotta watch out and not do too many risky things next. We did collect a helmet along with some extra spears and a southern sword, a safe, but a couple of shields, those could come in handy. But yeah, these they fought well. Back to town. It's only been a day. We haven't even we only did the arena battle earlier today, so there may be an opportunity for us to do an arena battle, not today, but the next morning. So yeah. So we might as well rest here and see what sort of opportunities we have in the arena. And Aya is one of our key brothers. He's been with us from the start. I think we can afford to treat his injuries. We need Aya to be shipshape. So he should recover from that cheeky stab in a day or two. And then I think we will rest here, see what sort of opponents appear for us in the arena the next day, and then decide where to go from there. Until next time.